Let me show you the best way to get your front load washing machine perfectly clean and remove any sort of mold, mildew, and keep it smelling fresh. So the first step is to make sure the washer is completely empty and there's no clothes left behind. So the next step is to run a clean cycle through the machine. Now, my two favorite products to use for this are either white vinegar or these washing machine cleaners. You can get a full year supply over on Amazon. Super easy to use and relatively cheap. The reason I like to start with a clean cycle first is I find that this gets rid of all the easy dirt and debris that's stuck in the machine. And then later, definitely stick around because we'll go through and make sure everything's detailed and perfectly clean. If you're going to use the vinegar, I add 2 cups to the detergent tray here. Pour that in. You can even pour it in the bleach section along with the softener. So on this machine, I'm going to use the tablet. We're gonna run it on the normal setting, make sure the water is set to hot, and then a heavy load or large load, we want this entire machine to fill up with water, and then just press start. So the clean cycle is done. Now it's time to detail clean the gasket and things. Now, I knew this was gonna happen. It got a lot of it out, but you're still gonna have some areas where you're gonna have to kind of just touch up. Now for this, I like to use a microfiber towel, a handy dandy toothbrush to kind of get into all the cracks and crevices. And for cleaner, I go to my DIY mix, which is 1 cup vinegar, 1 cup water, and about a teaspoon of Dawn dish soap. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna spray this all down, trying to get the whole area there, and then just grab the toothbrush and just gently kind of pull back and start scrubbing. As you can see, it's working right away here. Now I will say, depending on the buildup and how dirty the machine is, this part can take a little bit of time. There's just so many nooks and crannies in the seal here, and this machine definitely needs a little bit more detail. So I just continue spraying the vinegar down, letting that sit for a bit, then scrubbing, and then just coming through with some microfiber towels, rinsing and wiping, repeating that process until I feel like it's nice and clean. Something I suggest doing about once a month if you have a front load washing machine. If you come down here, you'll notice there's this little trap door. Now, every machine's a little bit different, but in most cases, you got this little drain hose here. Let's pop this out if I can get to it. I'm gonna pull this out, and then there's a little drain plug. I just like to put a towel down and then have a little dish that this can go into. Now brace yourself. Sometimes this can be a little nasty. Oh, there wasn't much in there. Oh, there it is. Okay, so once that's kind of clear there, then if you come in real close, you'll notice there's this little teeny filter here. And what I like to do is just turn that counterclockwise, and this will spin out. Water's gonna pour out there too. See, I said it was a little messy. That's why I put a few towels down. It's obviously clogged from somewhere, it seems. All right, I'm making a mess, but there we go. It was pretty clogged, but this is the filter. Now I'm gonna clean the filter here, but while I'm doing that, I'm also just gonna pull out the actual detergent drawer here. You'll notice on most of these units, there's a little area you push down. This pops right out. This also is very dirty. I keep making a mess today. It's okay, we got plenty of clean that up towels to clean everything. But I'm gonna grab this and take the filter and go get these nice and clean. So when it comes to cleaning the filter, what I'll do first is just give everything a good rinse, try to remove as much of the hair and buildup and sludge as possible. Looks like I even found a dime or something in there. Now for cleaner, I just use the same vinegar DIY mix, give everything a good spray down here, and then just grab my little toothbrush, give everything a quick scrub. Now when it comes to the detergent tray, I like to take the entire thing apart if possible. There's a lot of nooks and crannies on these. You'll notice, I think this one here, yeah, there's a ton of untouched, uncleaned area there. Same with this guy. So we'll just take this, grab our same DIY cleaner, spray everything down. The vinegar is gonna do a great job to break this down, along with the Dawn, just to kind of degrease some of these areas as well. We'll spray everything real good, and then come through with a handy dandy, like a scrub daddy, and give everything a good scrub. So to put the filter back in, just simply place it in here, and then you'll just spin it clockwise until it's nice and tight. Feels good there. And then just a caution and a reminder here, the drain plug, just make sure this is firmly in place so you're not gonna have any leaks. Push this back in, put it in place, and then just grab the little door here, and you're all set. Now before you put your nice clean detergent tray back in, you'll also wanna clean the actual chute here itself. So for this, I'm just gonna use the DIY mix again, spray this down real good in there, grab my handy dandy toothbrush, just give everything a good scrub down. So now that the tray and the inside are nice and clean, you just pop this back in place, push this down again. There you go. So now that I'm finished with the vinegar mix here, you can tell it really cleaned up nice. Now there's a little bit of discoloring down here. You might still have a few spots that just won't come clean. Now for that, I always suggest this product here. This is called Sugarly. I think I'm saying that right, maybe not. This is a mold and mildew stain cleaner. What we're gonna do is just apply a little bit of this down on the bottom here. It's actually kind of like a gel. Just gonna push this down here. Now the key with this stuff is that it does need a good amount of time to work. So I'm just gonna work this in with my gloves here, spread this over the area that's affected, let this sit for a minimum of 3 to 5 hours. Then I come through, give it a good rinse, wipe it down and dry, see how it looks. Sometimes you might need to apply it a second time. If that's the case, just repeat the process and then it should be good to go. Now there are a few things I always suggest with front load washing machines that you should always do to not only help keep them clean, but prevent mold and mildew growth. Number one, after each use of the machine, come through with a towel and just wipe down the entire rubber gasket, removing any moisture that might be left behind. The second thing is to always leave the door open or prop it open with a little magnet like this. This is gonna help airflow through the machine. That way it dries out real quick and won't trap the moisture inside, possibly causing mold and mildew to grow. The last thing is to always run a clean cycle at least once a month with either the vinegar or the tablets. This is gonna keep your machine clean and prevent buildup. So there you have it. Now you know how to perfectly clean your front load washing machine. Thanks so much for watching, and I want to give a huge shout out to the Clean Squad members over on Patreon. Thank you so much again for supporting the channel, and I'll see ya on the next clean.